A surgeon's son couldn't walk until a nurse did the impossible. The pediatric wing was usually a quiet place, too quiet, the kind of silence that seeps into your chest and weighs you down. In room 214, the air hung still and heavy. Only the soft hum of a monitor broke the silence. An immaculately made bed sat against the wall, untouched for most of the morning. Perched on the edge of that bed was Ethan Cole, a 3-year-old boy with sandy blonde hair, pale skin, and eyes the color of a clear summer sky. He wore a matching red outfit, his small feet dangling in the air, never touching the ground. Ethan had never taken a single step in his life. From the moment he was born, doctors had told his parents he would never walk. His father, Dr. Nathan Cole, was one of the hospital's most respected surgeons. Tall, with sharp features and dark hair always perfectly combed, he had saved countless lives in the operating room. But for his own son, all his skill and knowledge meant nothing. Every examination, every surgery, every rehabilitation session ended the same way. No progress. Nathan had stopped saying when Ethan would walk and started saying if. Ethan's days consisted of routine checkups, brief physical therapy sessions, and long hours staring out the window at the world beyond. He had become quiet, far too quiet for a child his age. That morning, Nathan had left to make his rounds, assuming his son was resting. But while the doctor walked the corridors with his clipboard in hand, someone else decided that okay wasn't good enough. Zara, one of the pediatric nurses, had been caring for Ethan for several weeks. In her 20s, she had warm brown skin, a gentle voice, and the kind of smile that immediately put children at ease. She had noticed that Ethan only came alive during playtime, those rare moments when his mind focused on something other than what he couldn't do. Today, she had a new idea. She entered the room in her light blue scrubs and crouched down to Ethan's eye level. "How's my little champion today?" she asked. Ethan shrugged. "I'm bored." "Well," she said with a mischievous smile, "what if we tried something fun?" He looked at her skeptically. "I can't, walk." Zara leaned in closer. "Who said anything about walking? I'm talking about flying." That got his attention. He frowned. "Flying?" "Yes. You sit here, I lift you up, and we pretend you're a superhero." Ethan's eyes lit up slightly. "Superheroes are strong." "Exactly," Zara said, "and so are you." A minute later, Zara was lying on her back with her knees bent. She carefully positioned Ethan, balancing his small body on the soles of her feet. Her hands gently held his sides. His legs, the legs that had never carried him, now rested against the nurse's shins, bearing some of his weight. At first, Ethan gripped her hands tightly, his face tense. "It's okay," she said softly. "I've got you. You're safe." Gradually, she began to push with her legs, lifting him higher and higher into the air. Ethan let out a small gasp, a mix of surprise and delight. "Look down," Zara encouraged. "See, you're flying." A laugh burst from him, clear and bright. His arms relaxed, then spread wide. "I'm flying," he cried. Zara smiled so broadly her cheeks almost hurt. "And you're holding yourself up. Can you feel it in your legs?" He nodded, his voice bubbling with excitement. "Yes!" She modified the game, making him lean forward and then straighten up. Each movement engaged muscles that had been dormant for years. And because it was just a game, Ethan didn't think about the effort or the possibility of failure, only about how much fun he was having. In those moments, the sterile hospital room ceased to exist. There was no diagnosis, no medical file, no limitations. Just a little boy laughing as if the world had just opened up before him. That's when the door clicked open. Zara didn't notice, too focused on keeping Ethan balanced. Standing in the doorway was Dr. Nathan Cole, frozen, his eyes wide. He had seen his son supported before, but never like this. Never using his own legs. Never with such a smile. For the first time in years, Nathan felt something he had been too afraid to feel: hope. For a moment, his mind went blank, as if the world had shrunk to just the scene before him. His son, his little boy who had never stood, never taken a step, was there, high above the ground, balanced on someone else's feet. His legs active, his laughter echoing off the hospital walls. "Ethan," Nathan whispered, barely audible. The boy turned his head, eyes shining. "Dad, look, I'm flying!" Nathan's chest tightened. "I see you, buddy. I see you." Zara finally turned her head, realizing they had an audience. She smiled, not embarrassed, but proud. "Dr. Cole," she greeted him while maintaining Ethan's balance, "I hope you don't mind me borrowing him for a bit." Nathan stepped into the room, his gaze fixed on Ethan's legs. What are you doing?" "Muscle strengthening," Zara replied simply, her voice steady. "But we're disguising it as a game. He's not thinking about what he can't do, he's just moving." Ethan laughed again, leaning forward as Zara guided him. His legs trembled slightly, but held firm. "He's supporting himself," Nathan murmured, almost to himself. "Yes," Zara confirmed, adjusting her position to keep him stable. "The muscles are there, they've just never been engaged in a way that made him believe they could work." Nathan swallowed hard. "I've tried everything. Surgery, rehabilitation, specialists in 3 different countries." Zara looked up at him. "And they all told you what he couldn't do, didn't they?" Nathan didn't answer. He didn't need to. The truth was written in his eyes. "Sometimes," she continued, "you have to stop telling a child what's impossible and show them what's possible, even if it's only for a few seconds at a time." She slowly lowered her legs, bringing Ethan down to her stomach, before lifting him again, higher this time. Ethan let out a joyful cry, his fists pumping the air. "Higher, Zara, higher!" Nathan couldn't help but smile, even as tears burned his eyes. "You like that, buddy?" "I love it!" Ethan shouted. Zara's voice softened. "Want to try something even bigger?" "Yes!" She gently tilted him forward until his feet touched the ground, just enough so his weight was partially supported by her hands. "Okay, now push up on your toes. Stand up tall for me." Ethan gritted his teeth, his small face contorting with concentration. His legs trembled, then, miraculously, straightened. For 3 heartbeats, he stood without support. His father's eyes widened in disbelief. Then he collapsed into Zara's arms, laughing. "I did it!" Nathan brought his hands to his mouth. It wasn't just the feat itself, it was Ethan's expression, unshakable pride. Zara looked up at Nathan. "He's ready to try every day if you'll let me work with him." Nathan crossed the room in 3 steps and knelt beside them. "You did something I thought was impossible. You've given me back my son's future." His voice broke on the last word. Zara shook her head. "I didn't give him anything. I just helped him see what was already there." Nathan pulled Ethan into his arms, holding him close. The boy still smelled like baby shampoo and hospital sheets. "I'm so proud of you," he whispered. Ethan beamed. "Can we fly again tomorrow?" Nathan glanced at Zara, who smiled warmly. "We'll fly every day until you're ready to run." In the weeks that followed, Zara and Ethan worked together daily. The flying game became a ritual, one that gradually built his strength and balance. Nathan made sure to be there every time, cheering from the sidelines. And then one afternoon, months later, Ethan let go of Zara's hands and took 3 hesitant steps toward his father. Nathan lifted him high, laughing through his tears, while Zara applauded behind them. It wasn't a miracle in the medical sense. It was patience, faith, and love. And Nathan knew he would spend the rest of his life grateful to the nurse who had refused to see his son as a broken child and had instead seen a little boy capable of flying. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe for more moving, dramatic, and unexpected tales. And tell us in the comments where in the world you're watching from. We love hearing from you. Until then, stay kind, stay curious, and keep following us.